since all of you have had a chance to get to know each other very well over the course of this whole adventure, who is the main cast of characters? Who is the most like their Twilight character in real life, and who is the least like their character? And if any of you want to talk about how playing your character has affected you as a person.
I honestly think we all are. I think it was brilliantly casted, and I mean, I just think everyone portrays the character so well, and amazing actors, they bring it.
I'm going to steal a Peter Fetch and LA quote right now. Can I do that, Fetch?
Yes,
yeah.
please.
So Catherine Hardwick, who was obviously in charge of casting all of us, she's a production designer initially. That's how she started out. And I think that sort of one of the skills of that job is being able to walk into an empty room and have that kind of vision and fill it up and see things that aren't there and have that imagination that I feel like a lot of directors I've worked with, not on the saga, but just in general, don't have. And she took all of us and cast us based on who we were, not how we looked, which is why we all look so different sitting up here. And for that reason alone, I feel like there are a lot, if there aren't similarities between us and the characters, there's at least an extreme connection and an ability for us to get there. Yeah. Does that make sense?
I did say all that. It was kind of a run-on sentence, but I remember saying that.
I don't feel like my character.
Yeah.
I mean, I love my character, but I don't think I'm half as, good a person as Esme is. I mean,
I
who
think
could
you
be?
are. I think you're very nurturing. You don't think you are, but I think you're very nurturing.
I mean, I guess I just, I love these kids, so.
And sexy. Wait, let's see. Esme's sexy and nurturing.
Oh, okay.
And what else?
That makes sense. Now I'm getting why I was cast. All right.
Loyal, right? These
Loyal.
Are all,
that's true.
These are all qualities you have.
Thank you,
Elizabeth.
Peter.
Hey guys, so you've now had some time to be removed from the production of the saga, and I'm curious, are you surprised to find yourself missing something that you worked on in the film that you did not expect to miss at all? Are you nostalgic for anything?
I miss the woods. Sometimes I
You don't.
I go to on weekend trips and just wander the woods, just kind of reminiscing, barefoot in the woods. And I put my contact lenses in. Is that weird?
Not for you. What do we miss? Don't miss the colds. Definitely don't miss that.
The rain.
Don't miss that. No, I think like the interaction was really fun, going to set and knowing exactly who your character is and being able to have fun with it and feeling, I guess, protected, knowing that you have a support system around you is a really nice thing to have that you don't necessarily always have going on to new films, because it's kind of, I feel like for me at least, films are like the first day of school. You walk in and you're like, oh, I don't know anyone, how's this going to go, how's the director going to be, how's the character going to develop, so that was kind of a nice comfort to have, to kind of be confident and know exactly what you're going into each year.
And where to sit at lunch.
And what?
And where to sit at lunch.
Yes.
That's the most
we all got
important.
to sit at the same table.
It is kind of fun revisiting a role over and over. Usually as an actor you do a movie and then you put that character up on a shelf and he's done, and a part of that character is now immortalized on film, but you don't get to play him again, and in these films we got to revisit these characters, and we didn't take that for granted. I think that each movie we went in trying to explore that character a little deeper or in a different sense, but at the same time, there was a comfort knowing that you know this person.
Hi guys, Brody Brown, Us Weekly. We've heard a little bit about the dance-off that went on during the final showdown. Can you tell us where that idea came from?
Oh, we can perform it right now. Do you want us to?
Yeah, actually,
we have
that'd be
this
great.
number, guys.
You go right
And
ahead.
cue the music.
And can you tell us how you rehearsed that, where the idea came from, and how you rehearsed without Bill finding out about that?
That was Tony, right? Or she was.
And
Yeah,
Mia. It was Mia and Tony, right?
Yeah.
I was actually really impressed that they were able to pull that off and get. There's so many people in this movie, so the fact that they could get everyone involved and everyone was down and it went pretty well and surprised Bill was a really fun thing. But yeah, they were the ones who originally came up with it, and of course we all jumped on. That was nice to have in the last film.
That took like real commitment. I just want
It
to
was-
say it was like after school rehearsal.
It was like an after-school club. Like they were like, we're meeting at the
And it
lunch
had to
tent
be
at
top
noon.
secret too. So we would be like learning this choreography on the sly. And then I remember, you know, that we were. It was there were all those other nasty vampires there too, the Volturi, and Michael Sheen was doing these really hardcore dramatic moves. They were amazing. You guys remember that?
He was doing the monster mash.
He was like,
Oh yeah, I was directly in front of him. We totally had a moment. It was a total moment between him and I. I took it really seriously.
and Jackson was killing it.
I think
Well,
they should just leave that for the
It
ending.
was sad.
That should whoever wins the dance off gets the baby Renesmee.
All right, we only have time for about 2 more questions, so I think there's someone over there with the mic, and I know.
Yeah, Gig Patter with Latino Review. Since this is practically all over, what do you expect your lives going to be like 5 to 10 years from now?
Be like a Twilight 10-year reunion.
Yeah.
Is that what you're alluding to?
They'll
you know, I
reboot
think,
the franchise.
Yeah, right. We're gonna the reboot it. The Amazing Twilight.
I'm not gonna expect anything. 'Cause life never really turns out how you expect it to.
It's gonna be interesting. There is portions of time between these movies whenever we do have other lives. But it's just been an amazing experience. It's been an amazing thrill ride. We've been able to meet some of the most wonderful people in the world, traveling all over the world, meeting these fans who've fallen in love with these characters and these books and eventually these movies. And to be able to be a part of that, it's been amazing, And it's not like we expect jump into another franchise or something like that and suddenly have this huge thing happen again. It's cherishing the moment, living in the present. And in the future, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I think we're all going to continue to do what we love to do.
I hope we're just all, healthy and nobody's on like celebrity rehab or something. You know what I mean? Or like one of those tragic shows. That's what I'm hoping.
That's a good goal.
Yeah.
There you go.
Low.
Bar low. No, it's not that
I mean, is that
low.
including like immediate? Is that including everyone who was in the last movie? Because there's a lot of people.
No, just the
And then-
Cullens. I only care about the Cullens.
Okay.
Hi, I'm wondering which are your favorite vampire movie, and can you connect with the fact of being a devoted fan?
What was the second
Like,
question?
can you connect with your fans? Like, have you yourself been a devoted fan to anything?
I think we're all fans of Twilight. I mean, I feel like, being in this saga, you become a fan, even though we're in the movie. Like,
Just something else, like
no, just Twilight. I
No
don't
one should
watch
be a fan
anything
of
else.
anything else.
I have the whole DVD collection at home.
You're
Put it on
free.
every day. Watch it at least 5 times a day. Is that weird?
Peter, you're on fire. Gosh, you're on a roll.
Amazing.
This
I don't know if the Rolling Stones went on tour. I'd freak. If they went on tour again, finally, which I keep hearing they might do, and I would freak out and have an amazing reaction. I would probably camp out.
3 days.
Yeah, I would camp out for days to see the Stones perform. You kidding me?
I definitely have like a obsessive, like Google obsession of Juliette Binoche that I'm obsessed. I'll read everything she's ever said. I could tell you anything you want to know about Juliette Binoche or Jack White. Those are my 2 like freaky obsessions. Camping out for either of those is totally foreseeable.
I can't top that, so I'm not going to say anything.
Let me ask you a question. Is there a movie that you stood in line for long periods of time?
I just don't want to sound like I'm like a passionless person by saying no, but I haven't.
Have you ever been on a long line at like Blockbuster?
Are we just dumbing it down?
What era? what decade are you in?
Have you ever downloaded something on Netflix and waited more than 5 minutes?
Legally.
I remember being in line for Superman, I think 3 or 4, or was it? Yeah, it was like Superman 4. And I remember waiting in line all the way around the block, and I thought, wow, this is amazing. All these people are here to see this movie, and it must be something really special. And then you come to like Comic-Con, and people camp out for days, and it's like, it just puts things into perspective, like how amazing movies are, and how they, not just Twilight, but movies in general, can bring groups of people together for something that they're passionate about, and they make friends, and they, you know, I think that anytime something can bring people together in that way, in a positive way, it's a good, you know, it's a great thing.
And on that note,
yeah.
thank you all very much.
Way to close out a show.
Thank you.
Way to close out a show.